What if the absolute best secret to holding on to your hard-earned muscle after 60 isn't locked inside some giant plastic tub of chalky powder? Welcome back to another explainer, guys. Listen, today we are tearing down some massive dietary myths. We're diving into a game-changing, totally forgotten ancient blueprint that targets something every man over 60 needs to be laser-focused on, protecting your strength from quietly disappearing as you age. I'm going to show you a ridiculously simple meal from the ancient Mediterranean that might just blow your standard morning eggs right out of the water. But we're keeping the exact ingredients under wraps for just a second, because we got to set the stage first. Look, the fitness and supplement industry desperately wants you to believe that getting older means you need to buy into a bogus, ultra-expensive array of pre-workouts and fancy protein shakes. They want you wandering the supplement aisle, dropping serious cash on these complicated formulas. But what if I told you the real answer is actually a cheaper, entirely natural alternative? Something you can grab in literally any regular grocery store for a few bucks, but that packs a physiological punch specifically tailored for an aging body. Like I said, I'm holding off on the big reveal for just a minute, because you really need to understand why your body is begging for this right now. You see, when we cross that big 60-0, we're up against what I like to call the silent muscle thief. It happens so quietly. Maybe your weight hasn't changed a single bit on the scale, but you look in the mirror and, well, things just feel a little softer. Your legs don't have that same explosive power they used to. Getting out of your favorite recliner suddenly takes a grunt and a push, and you find yourself staring down a flight of stairs like it's an absolute chore. Listen, man, this isn't about vanity. Losing strength quietly steals our independence. It turns everyday stuff, carrying a couple heavy grocery bags, tossing a suitcase in the trunk, into a total grind. As we age, our muscles just get stubbornly resistant to the protein and exercise signals that worked like magic in our 20s. But hey, do not throw in the towel just yet, because there is major hope here. Think about this. What if the answer is a humble, forgotten combination that gives your aging body exactly what it desperately needs? Way before fitness influencers were obsessing over macros and chugging whey shakes, guys were building and maintaining serious strength using a completely different blueprint. A blueprint built entirely on real, affordable food that works together in a way modern science is just now fully appreciating. I'm going to drop the specific ingredients next, but you absolutely have to stick around to the end to catch the missing step that actually makes them work. All right, so let's step away from those sterile modern gyms for a minute and take a little trip back in time. We're ditching the neon lights for some real food. Picture a vibrant, ancient Mediterranean market. The sun's beating down, there's fresh produce everywhere, giant sacks of grains. For the regular guys working those streets thousands of years ago, their meals were built around affordable, robust foods that provided serious, deep nourishment for hard physical labor. Are you ready? Boom! Here's the secret weapon. It's just 3 humble ingredients: lentils, barley, and thick Greek-style yogurt. I know, right? Sounds almost too basic? But man, do not let the simplicity fool you. This is a killer trio that packs a serious nutritional punch for guys over 60. It's not about one magical superfood, it's all about the combination. It's all about the synergy. Notice how these 3 elements just lock together beautifully. You've got your plant protein and fiber, your slow-digesting carbs, and those high-quality dairy amino acids. When you combine these 3, you aren't just eating a bowl of food anymore. You are delivering a highly strategic, perfectly balanced, muscle-supporting payload. It hits all the biological requirements an older body demands to keep that tissue intact. Let's break down exactly how this tag team works. First up, your bedrock: lentils. Don't sleep on these tiny little legumes, because they provide the essential plant-based protein and fiber foundation, and they do it without draining your wallet. They're cheap, they're super versatile, and they give your body the raw building materials it desperately craves. Plus, all that fiber, it keeps your digestive system running like a well-oiled machine, which we all know is crucial as we get older. But look, protein alone isn't the whole ballgame. Which brings us brilliantly to the next piece of the puzzle: barley. This is your essential fuel source. Think of your body like a classic American muscle car. The protein from those lentils is the high-grade engine oil, keeping the parts safe. But the barley, that's the premium gas in the tank. If you don't have gas, your engine can't do the heavy lifting. And worse, your body might actually start burning up that precious protein just for emergency energy. Barley gives you those slow-burning, complex carbs, plus this awesome special fiber called beta-glucan that's fantastic for your heart. And then we bring in the closer, the Greek-style yogurt. Now we gotta talk a little science, specifically muscle protein synthesis. That's just the biological process of building and maintaining muscle mass. But here's the massive catch for us older guys. Your body gets stubborn. It literally requires a much stronger, louder nutritional signal to trigger this process than it did when you were 30. Thick Greek yogurt is absolutely loaded with complete, high-quality dairy amino acids. It acts like a giant megaphone, delivering that loud, clear signal to your body to flip the switch and actually start synthesizing muscle. So let's tackle the claim from the title right head on. Is this ancient combo literally better than eggs? Well, don't get me wrong. Eggs are awesome. They're a top-tier source of high-quality protein. We aren't bashing the incredible egg here. But compare a solo egg to this ancient combo. An egg is just one food. The combo brings a much wider, totally robust array of complex carbs, varied proteins, and gut-healthy fiber all to the same table. It's an entire squad going up against a solo player. Plus, it gives you variety, so you don't have to burn out on eating a massive plate of eggs every single morning. But hold up, because there is a massive, massive catch to all of this. Please, don't fall for the biggest dietary myth out there. I gotta hit you with some hard truth right now. You could eat an absolute mountain of lentils, barley, and yogurt, and it will be completely useless for your muscles if you make one major rookie mistake. Eating the food is literally only half the equation. Just read this quote and let it sink in. If you deliver bricks to a construction site every day, but nobody is building anything, will you get a house? Heck no. You just get a giant pile of bricks. The protein you eat, those are just the bricks, man. If you want to actually build the house, you gotta hire a construction crew to do the work. And that crew? It's resistance training. Now, don't panic. I am absolutely not telling you to hit the local gym and try to deadlift 400 pounds next to a bunch of 20-somethings. We're talking about basic, safe resistance signals. Chair stands, wall push-ups, supported squats, grabbing some light dumbbells or a resistance band for some rows. These simple, totally non-intimidating movements tell your body, hey, we still need these muscles to function. It gives your body the undeniable reason to take those nutritional bricks and actually build something with them without risking blowing out a shoulder or a knee. So how do we actually whip this up in the kitchen without making a huge mess? It's ridiculously easy. Here's how you build your blueprint. Step 1, start with cooked lentils and barley. You can make a big batch on Sunday and just keep it in the fridge. Easy. Step 2, add a hearty dollop of plain Greek-style yogurt right on top. Step 3, make it taste incredible. Flavor it up with fresh herbs like parsley, throw in some garlic, a nice drizzle of good olive oil, or a squeeze of lemon. Boom. You've got an amazing, savory, mouth-watering bowl of real food that literally takes minutes to throw together. Now let's talk about timing, because honestly, this is where a lot of guys totally mess up. Stop saving all your protein for dinner. I see older guys make this huge blunder all the time. They have a wimpy little piece of toast and black coffee for breakfast, and then try to cram an entire day's worth of protein into a massive steak at dinner. It just doesn't work that way, buddy. The human body does not have some magical storage tank just waiting around for prime time at 6:30 p.m. Protein is constantly being used and broken down. You need a solid morning hit around 8 a.m., some midday fuel at 1 p.m., which is the absolute perfect time for our ancient meal bowl, by the way, and then your evening repair meal. By spreading the wealth across the day, you guarantee your stubborn, aging muscles have a constant supply of those vital building blocks. Let's get real for a second about what's actually at stake here. You really need to consider this vicious cycle. Quiet weakness leads to less daily activity, which inevitably leads to even more muscle loss. It's a scary downward spiral, guys. You feel a little weak, so you skip your daily walk. Because you skip the walk, your muscles get weaker. Soon enough, you're missing out on the travel you planned for retirement, or you're too worn out to get down on the floor and play with the grandkids. Letting this slide directly steals your freedom. So here is the whole shebang, the ultimate, complete solution we've been building toward. It's a simple formula. Protein plus resistance training plus enough energy plus consistency. That's it. There's no ancient Greek magic spell here. It's just solid, intelligent, consistent habits that pay off big time. You give your body the lentils, the barley, and the yogurt for the fuel and the bricks, and you give it the resistance training to act as the construction crew. I'm going to leave you with this one final, powerful question to ask yourself right now. What can you consistently eat and do today that gives your aging muscles the absolute best chance to stay strong tomorrow? You've got the blueprint now, man. You know exactly how to dodge the supplement hype, how to eat real, affordable food, and how to properly signal your body to stay tough. It's time to take back your independence, hit the grocery store, and get to work. Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer, and stay strong out there.